So we know that we're learning today about how to solve equations. And I'm going to do a read aloud and I want to show you my thinking through this word problem. Yesterday in class, we learned how to solve two-step equations when they were already written in equation form. And today we want to take a word problem and synthesize that and break it down into an equation so we're able to solve it. So, an archery range charges $50 for membership plus $5 per round. Vivian wants to join the range and shoot as many rounds as possible, but she only has $75. What is the greatest number of rounds she can shoot? So, when we see this problem, there are some things inside of the question that help us to know that it's talking mathematically. We know that the cost per round, I think that means, if I think back to the math terminology, I think that means multiplication. So down here, I'm going to write per round equals multiplication. And if that's helpful for me at the end, I'm going to include that in my two-step equation. So let's just keep it there in my notes for now. Vivian wants to join the range and shoot as many rounds as possible. So that means the number of rounds, as many rounds as possible. How many rounds can she shoot? Number of rounds. Okay. Now it goes on to say that there's a charge too. So I forgot that part. Oh my goodness. So there's a base charge of $50. So we know that that's a plus membership fee. So that's $50. And this is $5. Okay. And I know that I'm looking for the greatest number of rounds she can shoot. So I'm going to put most. That signifies to me that's where my equal sign is going to go in my equation. And I know the most she can have is that $75. So there's only one thing that I don't know, and that's going to be how many rounds can she shoot when she has $5 per round, a $50 base membership fee, and she only has $75 to spend. So I know I can go ahead and start with my equal sign because I know that end cost cannot extend beyond $75. Okay. I know that plus $50 cannot change, or it better not. They better not raise the cost on me. So I know that something plus $50 is going to equal 75. So there's $5 per round, and we're looking for how many rounds we can shoot. Per round, I'm going to say $5 times something plus 50 equals 75. What do I want my variable to be? I'm going to let my variable be S today. Okay, so 5S plus 50 equals 75. Now that I have it broken down from this word problem and I've synthesized it, I can now solve this. This doesn't look as scary anymore. I know that I need to do inverse operations from one side to the next. So I'm going to cancel out my 50 by subtracting that from this side. But I know I can subtract it from this side as well. Now, 75 minus 50, 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. I'm left with 25 over here. Bring down my equal sign so I just keep it in my head. Now, my 50 is canceled, so I can just ignore that. But I'm going to bring down my 5s. Now I have 5. And remember, if an interval is right beside of an s, I think that means multiplication. So the inverse for multiplication, that's division. I'm going to divide each side by 5. Now when I do that, that cancels out my 5s on this side and it just leaves me with s. I'll bring down my equal sign, and 25 divided by 5 is equal to 5. And now I have my answer, and I want to plug it into my equation to see if it's right. 5 times 5 plus 50. Does that equal 75? Let's see. 5 times 5, we know that's 25, plus 50 equals 75. 5 plus 0 is 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. Well, it does. We know we have successfully solved that question. Now, class, what I want you to do now that we've had the chance, if you need to rewatch this video, feel free to do so. But I want you to go to question number 4 in your workbook, and I want you to try that. And you're going to have that on your next slide.